on, and we're getting on our rollers lengthways. Double check that your head is supported, your tail is supported, and feet on the narrow side, just hip joint width, maybe 4 to 5 inches apart. And let the arms stretch out to the side in a T. Rest the back of your hands, rest the back of your fingers into the floor. And then you can slide across the roller and sort of curve your body around the edges of it. So you get this little side to side massage over your spine and between scapula, over the edges of your sacrum into the SI joints, and across the back of your skull. If you think of the hands glued to the floor, you get a little more stretch here through the upper arm and across the front of your shoulder and chest. And just one more breath like this. And then once you come back to center, sink the blades, let your feet melt into the ground, and we inhale, lift the arms up, embrace the air right above your chest. Fingertips reach towards each other, and then exhale, pull them slowly open, out and down. They sink towards the floor, and we lift again. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, and release them. Go slowly, feel the resistance to the gravitational pull, and then lift again. I'm going to take your time with this, so we lengthen the inhalation and we lengthen the exhalation. To breathe in, feel the chest expand and lift, and also move the ribcage sideways. And on the exhale, everything is in towards center. You just get heavier here on your roller, and inhale, lift the arms to hug them in. And exhale, pull them slowly apart. They want to stay together, drag them open, sink them to the floor, gentle landing, and one more time. Legs are steady, and then just squeezing ball between your thighs, or actually do that if you'd like to for this series. And now we'll lift the arms up to the ceiling, point the fingers to the sky, the arms a little wider than your chest. On the exhale, sink the blades. Inhale, the arms lift, point the blades up and around the curve of the ribs, and exhale. As the blades sink down around the curve of the roller, you feel your chest open. It broadens here, and we shrug up and melt down. Inhale, the belly is expanding, the chest is expanding too as you reach the arms high, and then exhale, the air leaves the body. Everything sinks down and into the center, the blades towards the ground. Shrugging up, exhale, and then release that back. Control the descent. And one more time. Feel the back widen as the arms go up, and then the chest widen as the arms go down. We'll inhale to turn the palms forward, and exhale to lengthen the arms down your side. At this point, we inhale to bring the arms up to 90 degrees, and exhale, both the arms go back towards your ears. Hold the ribs rounded here, no additional arcs through the rib cage. And then we're bringing the arms forward, heavy blades as the arms go to 90 degrees. And then as the arms stretch to the end of your mat, the blades slide away from your ears. We lift up. Now the scapular movement here is as the arms go past 90 degrees, the tips of the blades go sideways and around towards the front of the chest. And then we lift the arms, heavy blades again, collarbone smooth and wide, and exhale, lower the arms with control. We'll do this again once more. Push the air aside with the back of the arms and then sink into it. And the air's a cushion for your arms. Go long for your fingertips and then reach again, palms open wide. And exhale all the way forward and down. Now hands to the shoulders, a little chicken wing circle. So we pull the elbows in close to the ribs and then up, exhale out wide, around, down, and again to start over. Inhale to lift, elbows knit in towards each other, then they spread open and wide on the way around the curve. So we're getting a little bit of rotation of the arm bone, the humerus, on the joint surface while we do this. We call it circumduction with the arm and the hip. So when you're circling the limbs, you want to feel that you have different aspects of the arm or limb facing the sky. Let's do that one more time in this direction. Big exhale, complete the circle as the elbows come in by your waist, and then reverse, so down and back. And then start pulling the elbows up and knitting them in towards each other. They slide down and open again. Really shrug your shoulders as much as you can. We want a lot of mobility here. So you get a lot of tug, of pull, of stretch into the pecs, into your chest, and also into your back. Every circle is a full inhale and exhale. Ideally, the shorter inhale, the longer exhale to relax your nervous system and let your body just relax and sink around the curve of the roller here under you. Let's do one more circle, one more breath like this. And then extend the arms forward, reach the fingers long towards your heels. I will bring the arms up and all the way back by your ears. They flip back on the inhale. They circle wide around and forward on the exhalation. Posture down at the end of the movement. Inhale to go all the way up and back. Roll your body open to the ceiling and then reach for the side walls. Spreading the fingers to open the palms and then turn the palms down. We go up and back again. Feel the blades slide towards your waist as the arms go back by your ears, and then the blades still slide towards your waist as the arms reach forward towards your hips. Lift to go up and back. And exhale, circle around. Let's reverse after this one completes, and so the arms go back in space. Trace your angel wings, take the arms up, pull the blades down, press the arms forward, and the exhale and the fingers touch the mat, and we go back again. Deep inhale. Move out the arms, helping to open up the lungs, and then pushing the arms down to help empty. A couple more like this. See if you can feel how easy the blades move underneath you on top of the roller. We're trying to unstick them, have them feel like they can flow and move underneath you, under that. Now arms lift up to the ceiling, bend the elbows wide, and the thumbs and index fingers come together for diamond arms. The arms swing back, frame your face, exhale, push them through the air. Slowly lower them down, they flip right over the hips, and do it again. So here the collarbones are rotating around their axis, back to take the arms back, and forward to take the arms forward. And as you move, you can really feel the air moving around your skin. We're looking for more awareness here, more sensation in the body as you move. And one final one like this. The arms swing back. By pressing hand to hand, you get a little more connection, that suspension cord through the muscles here. And then we'll take the arms low at your side. Open them out again, do a couple little side to side shifts in your weight. Feel it in your feet as well as underneath you on the roller. And then we can slide off to the side and come off to sit. All right, we'll take the roller across the mat, just do a little bit of scapular massage here. Bless you. And then we lean back with this right under the tip of the blades. Knees bent, roll the tail up, push your waist back into the mat. Support your head with your hands, overlapping your intertwined fingers. And first we'll pull forward, look down at your navel as you curl the tail towards your gaze. And then as we arch back, the tail sinks. The head goes back, you look behind you and let the elbows float open and wide and down to the ground. Opening the chest and narrowing the legs behind you. Lift your head with your fingertips up. Exhale, down into your belly. Those legs into the navel. And the elbows trying to get together here to widen the back again. And then we arch back. Let the roller move underneath you. So it'll give you a little bit more massage as well as stretch. Exhale forward. The spine curves like it's sinking into a hammock here. And then we inhale to arch. Navel lifts up towards the ceiling. And one more, exhale forward. Push the floor away with your feet without moving them. Just press into the mat. and then arching, sort of pull the heels towards your sits bones to help you find that arch. The head hangs back and the front of the throat stretches. Come back up to more of a neutral position, maybe a slight upper curl and rotate to your right. Picking the left shoulder blade up and then spiral to the left, picking the right shoulder blade up. Give yourself that deep twist. Try to come around to the outer edge of the armpit. That's your left. Working the obliques. And then stretching them, alternating. We'll do one more to the left. Come center. Press to your feet. Still support your head, lift your hips, ever rolling to the base of the ribs in an upward curl. As the knees go forward, you lift your hips, you drop your head. You walk the feet forward if you need to. And come to the very top of the shoulders, but not the neck. And then push up your legs, coming up and look down into the abdominal wall. Stay on your rib cage here as you go forward and back. This will work the back of the leg, and maybe as you go forward with the knees over the toes, you may get a little stretch in your quads. Definitely enjoying that massage into the upper back and shoulder. All right, and then let's lower the hips. Sit up again, and we slide the roller across under your legs to prepare for knee sways and then some psoas stretches. So we can roll it back. Start working the core again, yes, I know. And then head rest, pick up your hips, shoulder bridge, and take the roller across the widest part of your hips. It should have your sacrum sort of balanced on the top of the roller. And then holding roller position, elbows wide, pick up one leg and the other. Legs sit together and let your knees fall to the right as your hip goes left. Keep the shoulder blades heavy into the mat, into the floor. Exhale, pull back to center. Knees to the ceiling, and inhale, let the knees fall left as you turn your head, look right. See how far you can go into that twist without forcing it. Just see where the body wants to go, but be aware of it. You'll probably find that as you continue this, the rotation becomes a little larger without any effort on your part. Press down, pull the knees up, look to the ceiling, and then turn your head away. Last time, go over to the right. We're going to stay there and do little circles with the knees. A few in one direction, and then reverse the circles. See how it feels to massage out that glute and the edges of your arms, of your sacrum. And then when you pull back to center, go to the other side, look away. And if you notice any places that are a little tender, try to work right there if you can. Small, slow circles, and then reverse them. We'll complete that circle, exhale back to center. Reconnect your roller, really hold it steady, and then lift your legs up to the ceiling for scissors. Right like that, look forward, big stretch here. And then the legs sweep past each other. And then again, and inhale for one movement and exhale for the next. As the leg goes back, you might bend the knee slightly. Also, when it goes forward, the same. But just try to focus on this lengthening through the muscles as the leg goes back. Check out your hamstring. It's working to stretch. And then as the leg goes forward, feel the pull across the front of the hip. You can feel it superficially in the quad, but deep in the psoas. And we sweep them past each other. As one goes forward, one goes back. So reciprocal movement, they move at the same time, but in opposite directions. And then we'll bring both legs up to the ceiling, externally rotate, heels tap together. Leave the left leg up and the right leg sweeps out sideways, up and down, push into the roller, try to keep your hips level. Go as far, as low as you can without tipping the hip, and then exhale, drag it up. So go a little slower than you would like to, so you get the work and not the momentum. And now right leg is vertical, left leg sideways. And again, feel resistance on the way down. Lengthen at the bottom, exhale and pull it up. Definitely don't accelerate. In fact, when you feel the temptation, decelerate. And another one down on with the right leg. Try to keep it like as close to being right over the roller as possible. And then bring that on up. When you're there, right leg is vertical, left leg moves out and down. Stretch out through the inner thigh and exhale and work the inner thigh to pull the whole leg up to the top. Right, and then give you the turn out, heels together, chest apart, frog in. And we're going to frog up and out on a diagonal. Really stretch the back of the knees open and then exhale, frog back in. Heels come in, they're connected, they move towards your tail. And inhale to push. The height of the leg matters. We want to take it low enough that you feel work in your core, but not so low that you feel your back arch. So you go low enough that you feel the abdominal wall. Tighten up around your low back. Think of the abs typically in the front of the body, but the obliques come around to back and tie into connective tissue here by your sacrum. So that's what gives us sort of a deep corseting effect here around the upper part of the hips of the pelvis. One last time, stretch it long. And exhale, pull back in. Now legs in parallel for bicycle, one leg up and stretch it forward. The other leg extends back. And reach a little further than you think you can. Soft toes, however, don't overplug your feet. Let the air flow through your toes so that your feet stay relaxed and calm. Go a little further out, really stretch the hip open as you reach the leg across the room into the floor. Reverse when you want to, and the foot skates forward across the mat and then lifts up. You keep that plantar flexion, that point across the top of the foot and the top of your ankle. By reaching with that soft of the toes, you're going to increase the stretch on the front line of your legs. One more breath. And then we'll lift both legs up. Exhale, bend the knees, lower the feet down. Lift your hips up and rotate the lower underneath you. Let's stretch the right side. Bring the right leg forward, the right arm back. Just for a couple of breaths here. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, sigh it out. One more breath like this. Exhale, and it roots together. It melts down towards the floor. Let's switch sides. The right side comes back in, the left side goes out. As far as you can to the center of the sole of the foot and out to the fingertips and breathe in here. Exhale, the air slides out of your lips. Nice and slow, just let it leave the lungs. Almost imagine that it makes an S sound like a snake is saying. And then let's breathe in. And exhale. Now both legs forward, both arms back. If your back feels too arched, bend your knees a bit, or even pull one knee back into your chest if you really need to do that. And then we'll bring the hands back to the roller, pull the legs back in, so you can bridge up. And take the roller out. So here, the legs extend forward, the arms extend back, legs together for roll. So reach the arms long behind you, stretch, walk your fingertips. As you lift the arms, weight in the shoulder blades, lift head, neck, and shoulders, big exhale, pull forward, lift up through your head. Dive forward, the waist puts down here, C-curve spine here. Go horseshoe on its side. And then start to roll back. So as the tail moves forward across the room and then up the wall like a paintbrush, we're going to lengthen out through the leg. We're going to delay descending to the ground. Try to get one vertebra at a time to sink into the mat. The abdominal working to create that slow release to the floor. And then lift the arms and use your breath to help you lift. Inhale and exhale to pick up your ribs. The arms can move forward a little bit, so the shoulders are slightly shrugged forward, but not high by the ears. Dive forward here, reach out towards your toes. And then we can stay low as we go back. Stay low with the body, lift the arms for a little bit more load, a little more challenge. Curve down. Check that your left and right side are forward. You always know when you fall through it, so if you felt that, start your exhale a little bit before that point of the movement. And maybe lower the arms a bit so that you maintain the speed of the movement without accelerating on the way down. And then let's bring it back again. Good job at the center of the soles of the foot. And now that we're down, let's circle the arms around. And let's pull both knees into your chest. We're going to come up from the ground today for hundreds. So take your hands to your thighs, push the legs a little forward, elbows wide as you come up. Lift your head, lift your chest, look down into the abs. Extend the legs out, reach the arms long, start pumping the arms down and exhale. You're breathing in fully, completely, you're breathing out the same. Then steady pulse here, warms up the body, really gets the blood to flow. The head is high, but the gaze is low. And whatever you can touch, edges of the feet, maybe the sides of the knees. Squeeze the legs in towards each other. The places that don't touch, imagine magnets along the edges of them, and they're pulling the legs together, even though they're apart. 2 more breaths. Exhale completely, and 1 more. And then fold your knees in, lay it down. Try to hit knees side to side. And here we'll reach for the TheraBand for your single leg circles. All right, so you want to take the center of the band wide across the ball of your right foot. And then lift the leg up. Slide the elbows forward. Check that your left leg is directly in front of the hip joint. Doesn't split out to the side. And then here, pull the leg back. You feel a little bit of a stretch through the hamstring. And if you pull the toes back and down towards the knees, you'll also get a little stretch in the calf. Now here's soft point. Lower leg slightly forward, and we circle. Inhale across the body and go low. Pull the left side grounded as the right leg moves to the right, and then up to the ceiling. So we are, again, circumducting the leg by turning it internally across the body, externally out to the side to the right, and neutral at the top and bottom. So we breathe through this, picturing that pelvis getting heavier as the leg moves away from each side. And try to pivot here from your elbows, pressing the upper arm into the mat surface. 1 more circle in this direction. It gets longer as you push further out into the band, into the space around you. Now reverse. Actually rotate. The right leg moves right, the left side is grounded, it's heavy, it sinks into the floor. And we do that again. Reach. And then as you pull the leg across, think of holding the pelvic girdle down. The muscle might lift and stretch, but you're really trying to stay stable with the hips on the mat. using the weight and even the tightness in the leg to challenge your ability to control the position of the pelvic girdle onto the floor. One more circle, a nice short inhale, a deep long exhale to empty your lungs, come to the top, and we'll take the band in the right hand, elbow is grounded, externally rotate the leg, and then pull that right leg out to the right, left hand on the left hip bone, and push that hip down on the left side. And a little rotation to the left, using the obliques. And rock the right leg toward your shoulder and away. Be careful that your wrist is in flexion and not extension here. And then we'll lift foot up to the ceiling, switch hands. You can extend the right arm out with the hand and get your left elbow to the ground. Slowly bring the legs across the body, first with the hip down to get the upper thigh stretch. And then you can gradually peel off until you feel only the shoulder blade grounded on your right side. You'll pull that right leg towards the left armpit, and then maybe do a little internal rotation there to increase the stretch in the back of the leg and into the low back. One more breath. Exhale to sigh the air out. And then pull the hip down to lift the leg up. So we work from the center. And here, bring your hands up high on the band and close to the foot, as close as you can go. Lift your head, neck, shoulders, pull the elbows wide. Pull yourself up into another upper curl. We feel the contraction in the upper abdominals under the chest. And maybe the leg comes a little further back. We could fold the knee in and the band slides off to the side. Make the right knee in, lay your head down. And then pull that right knee to the right armpit. Keeping the left hip steady on the mat. And one more stretch, bringing the right knee towards the left armpit. Reach out through the right sits bone across the floor to the wall. And back to center. Both arms can embrace the shin in, pulling the knee towards the chest. And then slide the leg forward. Release your elbow on the back, shake out both legs. And then let them just relax and externally rotate. You should really feel a difference in length, weight, connection to the ground, and even energy. All right, so we grab the band again. We're going to bring the left knee in now with the same series. So you pull the left knee in, band goes around the balls of your feet, and then reach up, stretching the leg, gathering in the band into your hands. You want a reasonably taut support here. And then we can lift the heel to get a little stretch into the calf and also pull the leg back to feel that more in the hamstring. Now with the soft point, we circle across the body, holding the left hip grounded, bring that left leg out around to the left and hold the right side heavy onto the floor. And we reach again. Long, slow exhale. It should be an effort to get the last bit of air out of the lungs at the top of the movement. So the shorter the inhale is, the longer the exhale is, the more you're going to feel that transverse abdominis, the deepest of your abdominals, really working to help push the air out of the lungs. Around and then lift it all the way up. And let's do one more. Keep stretching the foot out into the band. Keep pulling the arms down, anchoring the band here into your mat. And at the top, reverse. So the left leg moves to the left. You go low, you rotate internally as it drags across the body, pull it up and bring it to neutral at the top. All that in one breath. A short, deep inhale, a long, slow exhale. Keep exhaling, exhaling, exhaling to the top. In your mind, your pelvic girdle is just like bolted to the mat here for this exercise only. And one last circle, one more reach out to the center of the sole of the foot, spinning the leg on the hip socket, bring the leg around, getting support of the strap, and then bring it up to the top here. And we'll take both ends of the band, left hand, lift elbow down, open the leg externally, Right hand to the right hip bone and rock the left leg towards your left shoulder. The wrists a little flex to keep straight out of the carpal tunnel. And now exhale, we'll bring the leg up to the ceiling, switch hands again. And really cross it over, you extend your arm out long. First hip down, lateral thigh stretch, then hip up, low back, release. As you pull the leg towards your right shoulder, rotate it internally, get a little bit more out of the stretch. You can always bend your knee as you need to fine tune the stretch for your body. Exhale, unwind down from your right shoulder to the waist, the left hip. And center the leg, align it with your hip joint, and walk your hands up. The band, it's lift. Pull yourself up to your upper arm curl. You may need to shake up on the band a little bit more to get the lift that you're looking for. Gaze down, double check that the right leg isn't driven sideways, bring it back directly aligned with the hip joint. And try to lift up your head as well to feel the work in your upper abs. And then we can lay down, hold the knee in, bend to the side, hug the knee into your chest. And then we take it to the left armpit. And then over to the right one. Reach out through your sits bone. You can even put your left hand on the left sit bone and try to push that towards the far end of your mat to get a little bit more length here, a little bit more stretch. Pull the hip down and kick in one more time. And then stretch the leg forward to shake them out. And let them fall open, relax. Big difference from when we got onto the mat at the beginning of class. All right, so let's pull the right leg in, left leg lifts in the air, elbows wide, rock forward and up to sitting. And let's use the ball today for the activities. The first ones are going like a ball. So come forward to the front third of your mat, edges of the feet together, hands to your shins, and we pull the waist back, rock back a little bit, past your sits bones onto the glutes. And then find the press out with the legs, back with the hands. Equal and opposite force. Now we lift the tail up to roll the blades, butt in the air, exhale forward to come back where we started. How are the new bends?
Okay, great.
Yeah, you like them? You all deserve new bends. And then let's take it back. A little extra cushioning for the spine feels really good, right? That's generally true. However, we have a couple of pieces of equipment in the studio where I work, and they've overstuffed. They've like made the mats a little too soft on some of the Cadillacs. So it's really hard. It kind of like you kind of drop into it, and it's really hard to recover and come back up. You figure it out. You have to figure out like how hard you have to work at one point. But initially, when you first time try it, you feel like you've turtled out. What just happened here? I've been doing this for years. Let's do one more. So glad to see that you guys are not having the same experience on the new mats here. Well chosen. Thank you, Max. So one more time, roll back. And forward to up. All right, very nice. So now we will go back into the ab series and use the ball. So the first one is the single leg stretch. So for this one, we're taking the ball right in front of the sternum, elbows wide, and almost a straight line from elbow through the center of the ball to the other elbow. Roll back into your upper curl. Try to look underneath the ball at your chest, and then pull the right knee in, the left leg goes forward. We inhale to switch. We exhale to switch. So to be successful here, you really need a really high upper curl. If you're looking up towards the ceiling, you're going to just feel it in your neck. So in that case, maybe lay your head down and do a higher variation with the legs a little bit up in the air. You find the press into the ball to feel that work into the armpits, into your upper abs. We're gonna end when the left leg comes in next. And then the right leg comes in, and then roll forward and up. Open your knees, hang your head left, down left, shake your head a little bit, release the neck. That should be slow. And then we're coming up to roll back for double leg stretch. And this one, the ball's gonna rest on your shins, sort of with your arms straight before we open the shape and then pull it back in. So we can lift the ball, roll back. At a certain point, the heels are light. You bring the legs into tabletop. You're in the upper curl, looking down at your navel. Lift the arms, lift the legs, stretch, and exhale, pull it back in. Remember, if you take the arms too far behind you, you're probably coming out of your upper curl. So the first priority is to maintain the upper curl. Second priority is to move the arms and legs as far away as possible without changing the position of your spine, including the cervical spine and neck. We'll do one last one. You want everything open and pull it in tight, and then roll it. So you're really taking good use of these mats now. All right. Next, into scissors. So when we go back, one leg up, we're going to tap the leg to the ball, hold the ball in the air in the same place, right? But we'll be in your upper curl. I guess if you were having trouble with your neck, you could do that variation. It still is a little bit of work. So let's take it back. Upper curl, legs pull in, right leg up, left leg forward, tap the shin to the ball twice, and then switch the legs. This one goes down, the other comes up, so they're working reciprocally here. And I know I cheated, I looked up at the ball, try not to do that once you get the position that you like for it. Your neck will thank you if you keep your head high. Just remember that doesn't happen right away, but you need both the strength and flexibility to get there. We're going to end with a double beat on the left. Pull the ball in, roll up. Good job. All right. Now, double leg lower lift. The ball is going to be embedded between the sides of your arches. I'm going to squeeze it in a little bit. And think about working from the upper inner thigh and not so much to the feet. And they're not curled around, right? So try to have your feet as if they were on a plank and the ball also went through the plank. All right, let's roll it back now. Articulate the spine. Just to the lower rib cage, pull the knees in. Support your head with your hands and try to lift the head and look down at your navel. The legs in the air, you're going to push them slightly forward, out and down. So you feel the abdominal wall like screaming at you, saying no more, that's enough. And exhale, bring the legs up. Slide the toes across the ceiling. Try to bring the legs as vertically as you can. And if that means you bend the knees, like so big, right? But you still feel the stretch in the hamstring. Reach it away. Exhale away. Remember, when you first start doing this, you probably move the legs like 2 inches across the sky. And as you build up strength in your psoas and in your core muscles, you can take legs a little further out and down, but always be cautious here because we don't want to mess with the spine by loading it too much. Just enough to make the muscles around it work. Now pull the knees in and roll up again. All right, one here, feels good. All right, last one in this series, the elbow to knee, and remember we're taking the ball between the heels of your hands, and as you switch your legs, it goes down on the side with a lift to knee. So we're rolling back to your upper curl again, look down your midline, at your navel, look down, pull the right knee and ball, pull past the right hip, flip the left leg off the ground as you switch the legs. You pull the ball to the other side, your eyes follow the ball. And you just flow forward, so we get a lot of rotation here. Shoot the leg out, soft point through the toes. Get that work into the oblique abdominals. Out and slide. And back to center. All right, sweep the ball under your neck. Rest it there, feet wide, knees come together. If you overlap your hands on the navel, and then slowly turn your knee from one side to the other. Your little release here into the occipital ridge and the neck muscles show. You'll come back to center, the ball goes to the side, and we roll up here for spine stretch. So elevate your hips if your hamstrings are tight. And the other option would be if they're only slightly tight, you can just bend your knees a little bit. But try to, whichever you are, try to sit perched on your sits bones and have a little arch in the lower back here and at the same. So extend your arms forward, push slightly down with the arms and pull up with the chest, reach up to your halo, look down your nose towards the ground, and then pull the back of the skull out, over and down to curve your way forward, dive your head down to the space just in front, space between the knees. And your waist pulls back, your tail pulls forward and up, feel that stretch into the low back. Press down through your sits bones and heels and articulate up like you're lifting your back vertebra by vertebra up a wall behind you. Up, and then we look down and go over again. Feel the head move the neck first before it even starts to move the thoracic spine and the shoulders. And then as the tail goes forward, pull back with your waist, get a little extra stretch there you get into your pelvic thigh. Press down with the legs anywhere that they touch into the floor. Try to lift up on top of your sits bones, leave your tail diving to the center of the earth. And then one more time here. Down, curve, up, out, and over. If your head came off a diving board and is diving down into that deep pool of water. Stay here, maybe pull the toes back. Hold on to your legs as far forward as you can. And feel how the blades have started to slide around the curve of your back toward your chest wall. And then let's slide your hands up the legs, come upright, pull the legs together for spine twist. Maybe lift, and then stick the tail behind you. So try to find yourself perched up on your sit bones. I will extend the arms out to the side, slightly in front of the collarbones. Rotate to the right, and pulse 1, 2, 3, lift to center, and then spin left, and pulse 1, 2, 3. Hips are quiet, feet are still. Sometimes we practice this with the feet up against the wall when we first learn. And that helps you learn to stabilize the hips and really keep moving from the tailbone up the spine in rotation. Let's just again, eyes go back behind you in a downward slope. That'll give you a little release into the neck. The suboccipital muscles love that. One more time to the right. Push the air with the arms through center to the left. Back to center, the arms descend. Okay, open the legs for saw. Lift it here. Remember, you can always do this standing if you really find that it's too much tension in your hips when you do this even elevated. So again, arms forward and long. Rotate your right and dive over the back left hand to the outside of the right leg. Try to slide it towards the ankle. And then roll your right shoulder back to get a little more rotation through your spine. With back shoulder, back hand. Lift it if you can, with the dive forward and over the chest. And then come upright to center, spin to the left. Dive over and reach long. Come upright, center here, and we spin, twist it out again. Back towards the shoulder. As you can see the hand behind you, rotating. Lift, come up, center, and one more time here. Right hand to the left leg. Really push the arm into the leg to give you a little bit more rotation. Yes, because you're not just going like down with the sternum towards the knee, like just on a slight tilt, but we're trying to get the spine to spiral. Lift to come up, center, and then arms lower with control. Okay, so here, let's go into your side legs. So it's like hips. So we're going to lay on one side. Stretch yourself out. You can prop your head up on your hand or extend the arm and lay your head on your upper arm, whichever works. So feet are flexed and the legs are long, 15 degrees forward, approximately from the line of your spine. Pull the head back a little bit into the same line as your shoulders and your tail. You can take your top hand and push it right in front of the chest, pick up your top leg. Flex that top foot and swing it forward, reach out through the tail and the sits bone, pulse 1, pulse 2. Point the foot, take it back, and try not to lean forward with the upper body. Push the leg back, use your glute, and lengthen again. Now the bottom leg, everything touches the floor, actually comes into the ground and works to stabilize you. Very nice. And bring it back. Now the advanced challenge would be your hands both behind your skull, hold the neck long, really press the bottom elbow and drag it in towards your armpit, and then see, can you balance on your side rib cage as the leg goes forward and also as the leg goes back. Really hard not to tip, right? Now you're going to work your whole core to hold your body stacked on its side seam. Yep, less foundation, more difficult to balance, right? So take it back, reach. And we'll do that one more time. Over here. And then back. Come back to center, lower the leg. And you can have your hand wherever you want it. At your head, on the mat. Lift the leg hip height and rotate internally and externally from the hip socket. So you spiral the leg here. Really feel that work into the glute as you externally rotate and the stretch into the glute as you turn the leg internally. One more. And then when you're externally rotate, lower heel to heel. Point the foot, lift the leg up in the air, flex the foot and pull it down heel to heel. Point to lift and flex to close. Point up, flex down. Reversing it, flex to bring it high, point to stretch it away. And again, flex lift, point lengthen down. Développé, we bend the knee up, we slide the foot in, pull the knee towards the armpit, extend the leg up, flex the foot, push the straight leg down. Point, glide. Knee in, foot up, exhale all the way out and down. Lengthen your neck, pull your head away. One more time. And now we reverse it. Envelope. Pick the heel up, point the foot, bend the knee, taps, lengthen both legs on the stretch. To lift, point and bend, and skate it forward. Reach it long. Once more. And all the way forward and down. We lift the leg hip height and do small circles, circling around and up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reversing. 1, 2. Nice and buoyant. 4. Exhale, 5, 6, 7, 8. And lower. Rond de jambe. This is the one where it's really hard not to tip the body, so you may want to press your hand into the mat and really feel the arm engagement connect you to your rib cage. So we lift the leg hip bone height, bring it forward, rotate it externally, take it behind you, pull the leg back, pressing the bottom leg into the floor, complete the breath as the leg crosses the other leg. And again, short inhale, long exhale. And this is again where you have that circumduction, where you start with the leg in neutral, externally rotate, move back through neutral at the bottom. And let's do one more here. Good, and now reverse. Now the longer you pull the body into being more taut, the more stability you'll find in it. So reach again. Stretch, and the bottom leg, of course, pushes into the ground. Everything that touches the floor pushes into the floor. Let's do one more and let's reverse. Circle. Come around, close the legs, and now let's lay on your stomach here. Overlap your hands. Forehead rest on the hands. Legs will be a little bit apart. And now we're just going to bend the right knee. Pull the knee off the ground as you push the hip bone into the floor. Extend the leg out and then lower the straight leg. And then bend to the left knee. Point the foot. Lift the knee up, hip bone grounded. Extend the leg, try to bring it higher. Really work into your glute and your hamstring and lower with control. We'll do that again. Right knee bends, foot, lift the knee, stretch, and take it down. Really nice. That delay in the descent really works you. Let's do it again. Left knee, point the foot, pick up the knee. Hip bone should stay connected to the ground. Stretch the leg up, out. This is going to stretch the psoas as well as strengthen the glute and the hamstring. One more set. Bend, knee up, extend the leg, And softly to the ground, soft landing. And one more time for the lift, bend, lift, extend, and down it goes. All right, beautiful. Sit back in your child's pose, off the floor. Pull your butt back by your heels, unless you need to protect your knees and lay on your back to do something like similar, holding upside down. And then we'll stack the spine coming up and turn it around for the other side. That was a really nice sequence. Good work. Okay, so we stretch yourself out along the mat, swing legs forward, lifting the tail behind you, like your upper body, your head, your shoulders, your tailbone could all be against a wall. And then you can press into the mat, lift your top leg, flex your feet, and then the top one swings forward, pulse 1, 2, point the top foot, take the leg back, balance on your side hip, 1, 2, pulse. Flex to go forward, lengthen, reach, point, take it behind you, stretch, and open. Flexing again. And reach it long. Let's do one more like that. And come back to center. You'll lower the leg, pick it up hip height, and rotate internally and externally from the hip. From the hip socket, not the hip bone. So you want to keep the torso stable, the pelvis stable, even though it's in a less stable position, balancing on one side. And with the external rotation, lower the heels together. You choose your hand position, point the foot, lift the leg up in the air, flex the foot, and bring it on down, reach long. And point to lift, flex to lower, gaze forward, up you go, and then push it down long. Now reverse, flex to bring it high, point to stretch it out and lengthen, close the space between the legs, lift, point, push it away and down, and one more time. Go up, point, and reach it long. Double peg, bend the knee into the armpit, extend the leg, flex the foot, exhale, close it down, squeeze the air out from between your legs, point and wide. Pull it in, lift it, flex, reach it out. One more time. And down you go, take your time, close, and now reverse. Flex foot, lifts. Point the foot, bend the knee, touch down the toe to the other leg, skate it forward, flex and lift it high. Point, bend, and all the way down. Last one. And slide it forward. We're going to lift the leg. We did the small circles, right? Circling here, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 5, 6, 7, 8, reversing, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lower, stretch, then lift again. Rond de jambe, big circles, inhale forward, up, around, back, reach behind you. Hold yourself steady here on your side of the seam. Use everything that's connected to the ground to help you with that positioning. And of course, if the hips are tight, it's going to be really hard not to rock the torso forward, but by keeping this torso stable and then, let's do one more, then moving the leg back, you are going to open the hip and it'll make it easier to stay stable as you continue. So let's use your glutes to pull the leg back, rotate up, around, forward, and through the midline. And take it back here, really press your leg into the floor, while the other one circles in a nice, free, happy way. One last one here. Right. And then let's just lay on your back for a sec. You want to feel how different your body feels from when we start. Maybe palms up, that's the anatomical position. And the legs can be a little externally rotated. Just take a deep full breath in. Exhale, side out. The body gets narrow. Feel the weight of your arms, your legs, your torso into the mat. And another deep breath. Exhale, heel. Let's pull one into your chest. And then exhale, pull the other one in. Just hug the knees in, maybe wrap your arms around the knees and rock a little side to side. Give yourself a little massage here. You can also turn your head, look away from your knees. A little rotation to the spine at both ends. And then let's roll up to sitting. And we are good for today. Thank you, guys. There's one more class left for the summer session, and then we'll be back for the first week in September. I hope to see you before. So, but if I miss you, have a really great rest of your summer.